Hey there. So, just wanted to share our campsite. We've had a pretty nice spot. We stayed here last night, again tonight. We're at Dungeness. I think I'm saying that right. Nope, that's wrong. It's pronounced Dungeness. Thanks, Internet. In Washington, a bit west of Seattle. It's been nice and quiet here. Really pretty. We're right by the ocean. So you can hear the waves are intense. We're right on these bluffs. They don't let you get very close because of the erosion, which makes sense. So even though we can't really see the water from our camp spot, you sure can't hear it. Almost sounds like a freight train at night. If you look across there, see those mountains? That's actually Vancouver Island. We didn't realize how close we were to Washington when we were over there, at least on the more southern side and Victoria. And over in this direction is Port Angeles. And those mountains, I think, are part of Olympic National Park, which we'll be heading to shortly. We'll see what we get into the next couple days. But for now, we're just going to enjoy this spot. Come on.
Good girl.
We slowed down quite a bit once getting to Dungeness. We were still exhausted from the quick pace of the journey and really needed more time in one place. And on top of that, while staying there, I came down with some kind of GI bug, so the last thing I wanted to do was drive.
And there it is. Much smaller than Homer Spit that we went out on in Alaska. But still pretty long. I think it's about 5 miles long or so. Supposedly there's a trail going out on that, but I don't really see it. Maybe just walk along it. Oh my gosh!
Take a picture of that?
The waves are coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow! Heading back from our hike now. We went out and we saw the spit and probably hung out there a little bit too long because it's the sun is really going down. Starting to get a little dark out here, but we're pretty close to our campground now. Probably only another half mile or so to go. Shouldn't be too bad. Tonight for dinner we picked up a nice big pound steak of halibut from a local fish market in Townsend that my dad recommended. So we'll cook that up tonight and hopefully it's pretty tasty. So I'm working on cooking dinner tonight. I just got finished cooking the pierogies, which are a side dish. They're seasoned with onion and also some paprika. I was gonna season them with garlic, but I couldn't get that container open. and pan-fried in butter. But for the more exciting part of the dish is some fresh halibut that we got from the small town of Port Townsend. Oh, and it's nicely saran wrapped up for us here. My plan is to season it, throw it on the skillet. I've already got some olive oil getting warmed up here. And hopefully I can cook it as good as I did last time, because the last halibut we had on Vancouver Island was absolutely delicious. Really the only difference between the halibut steak we had last time and this one is I believe this one still has the skin on it. So let's see. Yeah, skin's still on there, but man, look at that delicious fresh halibut steak. Uh-oh, Tyga's coming over here. She's interested as well. Throw it on the skillet there. Turn up the heat. And we're on our way to some yummy fish. Let you know how it turns out. Alright, so the halibut's getting pretty close to being done. I've cooked it about 4 minutes on each side. When I flipped it the first time though, the skin actually came right off the bottom. I'm hoping that's a good sign. I was gonna flip it again, but it seems a little too tender and was starting to fall apart. But I'll show you the inside there. Looks pretty delicious. Excited to eat it. Tyga's sitting by the table, hoping we'll give her a scrap or two of halibut. She's had a taste of it before, and she is very interested. You can see that intentful gaze when she looks over at the fish. She can't even bear to look at it. Oh, there she's looking at it again. Oh, that halibut looks so delicious. Oh, she's going for it.
We have been hanging out at a little spot in a national forest all by ourselves since yesterday. When we got here yesterday, it was really rainy, so we were stuck in the camper. But luckily, it hasn't been so bad today. The sun has come out, so we were able to get out a little bit and took the kitties for a walk, which is kind of nice because days in the camper can kind of make you feel a little stir crazy. So anyhow, we're enjoying the views. Getting up here yesterday was a little bit challenging. The road was a little bit tighter than we had room for, but we squeezed our way up here, and luckily we can see the views today. With the rain, it was all cloudy and foggy. We couldn't see any of this, but it's really turned out nicely today. Pretty quiet. It did get a little windy last night, but otherwise not too bad. So we're gonna stay here at least for tonight. We'll have to see what we decide tomorrow. We're pretty close to Olympic National Park, so we definitely need to hit that while we're out here. It was too rainy yesterday. It wasn't really worth it. But we'll see what we get into tomorrow.
No, I won't ever let you down. I promise you that I'll hold on. I know that it gets tough sometimes, so I'm here to remind you, love. The sun will shine on you wherever you go, wherever you go. And when it gets dark, stay strong. You're never alone. You're never alone.
This spot will forever be known to us as the tree tunnel because of the little trees that line the road to get up here. You might have noticed them when we were walking the cats. Despite the pinstriping, this spot was really nice. It was quiet with sweeping views of the mountains. Well, at least when it wasn't raining. We enjoyed a few more slow days here with the kitties before moving on.
Now I cannot picture my life being without you. You're the center of my life. I know we can't predict the future. Baby, I won't lose you. You know that I will stick around. I
Wow.
will stick around.
How pretty is that? I know. Looks like the tide's really in.
Yeah, it does.
Some big waves. Wow. Smells like the ocean. Just very cold.
There's so much lumber washed up on the shore here at Rialto Beach. Look at the size of that tree there. That thing is a behemoth. They're all over the place. See, that looks like a newly washed up one over there. Water's pretty powerful, moving those big chunks of wood. So for a size comparison, we've got Rachel next to the behemoth tree. I think the tree is actually taller than her. This thing's gigantic. Be cool to know how old it was. How old would you estimate?
I don't know. We saw some 600, no 800-year-old cedars.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 800 years old.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my guess. 823 years old.
Wow, even look at this. Really see the...
All the layers. That's all the years. It's a lot of years.
It's very cool.
Very cool.
We just stopped at Rialto Beach and checked it out. It wasn't on our itinerary for today, but when we stopped to fill up propane, some of the locals told David that we had to go and check it out. So we stopped by. Unfortunately, it's really clouded up and it's pretty cold here. When we left our camp spot this morning, it really wasn't really morning, but when we left it was still sunny and pretty warm, but it's clouded up and it's raining here, so it was a cold, windy little stop at the beach, but really pretty views. Those waves sure were big though. So we've got about an hour drive left to our final destination for the day. We think there's going to be some good camping and more beach views, so stay tuned.
On the side of that building you can see the twilight vampire threat. Today they've got it listed in red, which also says danger, so must be vampires nearby.
So we found our camp spot for the next 2 nights, and it's a pretty good one. We are staying right on the water. So lovely. So we're staying at Kalak Campground. I hope I'm saying that right. It's actually a national park campground in Olympic National Park. So pretty excited for the good views. Should have a nice noise machine tonight to sleep to as well. For a walk on the beach. It's super nice and sunny today. still pretty cold, but it's nice to have some full sun. Just walk in to see what we see. We didn't realize it, but we were camped actually very close to the tree they call the Tree of Life. But this is called the Tree of Life. I can see why. There seems to be a little creek that flows out under it, out to the ocean. So we stopped by there. It was really cool. I guess all of the dirt around it is eroded, but it's hanging on. Now we're just seeing what we find out here.
We got the seagull water slide up in front of us. There's a few of the seagulls that have been running upstream and then riding the current down and then getting out. They seem a little bit more nervous now that we're walking over here, so they stopped riding the slide. But oh, there's somebody riding the current. Looks relaxing. Oh, gotta get up and walk away now.
So we're just out for a little hike with the kitties. Gotta let them out and stretch their legs while it's sunny. I think the next couple days are supposed to be pretty rainy. So, gotta make the most of it for the little buddies.
The sun will shine on you wherever you go, wherever you go. And when it gets dark, stay strong. You're never alone. You're never alone. The sun.
Sadly, this ended up being our one and only sunny day in Olympic National Park. Torrential rains started the following morning, so once again we were cooped up in the camper.
Alright, so here's one of the not so fun moments of living on the road in a truck camper. It's like 10 o'clock and I just went to the bathroom, had to pee before I went to bed, and I got a pretty discomforting light after I got done going to the bathroom. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's a red light, and that red light means the toilet's full, so somebody's got to go dump it, and that somebody is me. So I'll have to brave the storm to make it about a quarter mile to the bathroom to dump the toilet so we can have a bathroom at nighttime. Wish me luck. Alright, we're making our way to the bathroom. It's very wet out here. Got my suitcase. It's wet. We're going down the road. And we're gonna make it. I've made it back from the toilet dump. Luckily, the bathroom was still open. It was pretty wet out there, but I have my rain jacket on and my rain pants on, so I don't think I'm too wet underneath. Rachel was nice enough to get some towels laid down for me, so when I came back in, I didn't get the camper too wet. But it's time to get ready for bed now.
So it's been a minute since we gave you an update. So we spent a couple days at Kalak Campground on Kalak Beach in Olympic National Park. It was really nice. We stayed right by the water. It was really beautiful. It started raining yesterday and it hasn't stopped. So we got up this morning and we've made our way over to Tacoma, Washington. The area is supposed to get a crazy amount of rain between, well, yesterday and I think sometime this weekend. So we are trying to head out of here. We're really hankering for some drier, warmer weather, but I don't think it's coming in the very near future, unfortunately. But we're making our way into Tacoma now, through the rain and the bad traffic. It's not so bad over here, luckily. We're gonna stay at a Harvest Host tonight. We'll be at a brewery, which is kind of nice since it's in town. We're gonna meet up with one of David's friends from high school, so that'll be kind of fun. And it'll be a nice evening, hopefully, in the rain. All right, we're pulled in at our spot. See a little tiger in the window. David just popped the top up. Kind of funny, we're just behind this brewery and this little shopping center, but it'll do. It's always a little bit hard to find a spot in the city, so we're excited to be able to stay at this brewery.
It's been pretty tough to get packages here lately since we've been moving all the time. We got some packages in from SpaceX and Amazon. Thank you, Jenna.
After yet another rainy night, we were feeling oh so done with the rain. We were both dreaming of dry days in the desert. And believe it or not, a snowstorm was expected in the Pacific Northwest in coming days. So we headed to the 101 with our nose pointed towards sunny California.
Things will work out right in time. Get your mindset and you'll be just fine. And smile. Things will work out right in time. Get your mindset and you'll be just fine.
All right, so we're in Astoria, Oregon. We made it to the column, which is kind of up on a hill. We got some airplanes, and we're gonna climb to the top of the column there and throw them. So we'll check back up in a second.
Up we go.
All right, we're about halfway up the column. It's a lot of stairs, just a spiral staircase. It's kind of fun though. You can see all the way down. How are you doing, Rachel?
I'm a little dizzy. Glad we stopped.
Maybe we need to wait a minute and catch our breath.
Yeah. It's getting brighter. Must be about there.
Yep. Here's the door to go outside. Oh, it's really hard.
Oh, wow.
Taylor! They made an airplane!
You can buy them down at the gift shop, actually. They're like $1.
Dang, I wish I would have known that. Hey, Mom! Can you go get us an airplane?
All right, we made it to the top. It was a lot of stairs. It's windy up here and kind of cool, but I got my airplane. Getting ready to throw it now.
Oh, it's terrible. Oh.
It really turned around good there.
Wind picked it up.
Yep.
I thought it was just going to fall straight down.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought too.
Makes you wonder how many airplanes have made it to the bottom.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
It put on a show.
It did.
It's coming back.
And it's almost landed.
All right, Rachel's turn to throw the airplane. Oh, you got a better throw than I did.
Wow.
That one's going all the way to the ocean. Oh, maybe not. Taking a turn back. Doing some swirls. Maybe you're gonna land in the forest, I'm not sure.
At least it's biodegradable.
Yeah, no, your plane made it farther than mine. Good work.
We flew our airplanes It is windy and cold up here, but the views are pretty epic.
Yeah, they're definitely pretty epic. I'm still reeling a little bit since Rachel's airplane went further than mine, but I'll recover somehow.
And I almost didn't even throw it.
I know. But
might as well try.
yeah, pretty cool spot. All right, we threw our airplanes and we're heading back down. The legs are a little shaky from the way up, and Rachel said she's cold and she's shaking a little bit from that. She's heading down these stairs pretty quick. I think we're gonna stop and have some lunch.
We started in St. Louis too.
We made it to Lewis and Clark's final destination, Fort Clatsop, which is just outside of Astoria in Oregon. There was actually nothing that remained of the original fort, but they did a reconstruction, which is pretty cool. 33 people lived here. There's a few different rooms. On this side is actually where Lewis and Clark slept. They got a extra big suite there in the middle. It had 2 beds next to each other, had a nice big fireplace.
Sadly, it was too dark inside to show you around. And shortly after, it started raining. So that's all the footage we have from the National Historical Park. Alright, we made it to Cannon Beach. There was not a sunset tonight, and it is almost dark. Pretty cold. Luckily not raining though. Pretty though, pretty cool. Those haystacks sure are bigger than I thought they were going to be. It's really beautiful, even in this weather. Sure would be nice if we had a little more time here, but just stopping through. We've got a Harvest Host we're staying at. It's about another hour down the road south, so we just have a little stopover, but wanted to see the sights. It's definitely a cool spot. Really pretty.